love learning new makeup trends, but mastering a simple and effective everyday look is key, and it's practical, whether you're dabbling in makeup for the first time or you're a seasoned pro. So Bahar's got a routine that will leave you feeling radiant and ready to take on the day. B, where were you when this whole pandemic started and I was alone in my bathroom figuring out what to put on my face? I needed you. Let's talk about this.
I know, this is a total struggle. Absolutely. This has been a struggle, I think, for all of us, especially for people who were used to doing like full face routine and then maybe having to do it on their own, or no one's around to help. So that's my MO in life, right? I'm going to make you laugh and I'm going to help you out. So I thought we'd put this together, kind of like my best recommendations on how to also make your makeup work for you. Because I'm not a fan of a 2-hour beat face and all this insanity that you put the effort in and then it like just melts off your face. So we'll start off with our base first. I think that's a really good place to start. And for beginners, I think it's a really smart bet to stick with like a tinted moisturizer as opposed to going straight into a full coverage foundation. They're easier to use, they're skincare and makeup in one, and also finding an oil-free formula, regardless if you have oilier skin or drier skin, you're gonna get longer lasting coverage out of an oil-free formula versus something that has oil or emollient in it, which might actually slip around. And use this as your concealer, because there's nothing stranger to see on a face than a very sheer foundation all over the face and a super thick, heavy concealer underneath the eyes. The two don't actually balance out very well. So really great option that I've brought for you is new from Laura Mercier. It's their oil-free tinted moisturizer. Super lightweight, very hydrating, and there's also, heads up, 20 different shades, not just the 5 that you see here.
Okay, this is good and important. I love that. So this next step is a must for me. What are we talking about now?
Yeah, we're talking about our brows. It's a must for me too. This is the one step that I'm going to say out of all of this, this is the one you don't slap on and go. This is the one you just spend a little bit of time with, right? Take your time. I'm going to also suggest grab a pencil. Pencils are my favorite because this is a great way to add color or small amounts of product in those small increments. And really easy, simple tips to follow. Start at the arch of your brow, add a couple hairs where you think you might need it, then move to the end, the tail end of your brow, add a couple hairs, and then move to the very front area and see if you need color there, because the reality is if you add too much at once, it's going to start to look really heavy in the front. So leave that to the very end. And then I'm going to suggest as well, if you have maybe mix color in your hair, you can actually mix color in your brows too. So take that into consideration because these brows are your hair as well. So after you have drawn on your brows, brush through them with a dry spoolie to soften those hairs. They're gonna look that much more realistic.
Ooh, that's a good little tip. I love that. So next we're focusing on a move that I think is one of the most simple things you can do to make your eyes sort of pop. It's mascara. You've got some good tips that we can use for our mascara.
Yeah, and these are my simple rules for a mascara. Number 1, it's got to make your eyes pop because that's its job. Number 2, it can't break the bank. That's just how it goes. So first tip, if you have a lash curler, go for it. Curl your lashes. If you don't have a lash curler, please don't sweat, because the reality is mascara will lift up your lashes and make your eyes pop and look bigger anyway. So there's no need to sweat around this. Also, I think if you're going to do a little bit of some extra or that second coat on the outer edge of your eyes, you're going to get a little bit more of that elongation. So that's a fun thing. And then also, random tip here, if you have very fair skin or very fair hair color, maybe opt for a black, brown, or a brown mascara, because it might not look as heavy or harsh, especially when you're doing a very simple, let's say, quote unquote, natural makeup look for the day. So I brought super affordable, super accessible option. This is also from Maybelline. It's their Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. And one of the reasons I like this is because it said 2 specific things on the container. It's going to lengthen and it's going to volumize. So all you mascaras out there, please listen up. We want you to do both. I do not want to have to choose between lengthening and volume. I want my mascara to do both. And this one said it does. And I'm like, great, you do. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to us. We love that. We want the length and the nice, like, chunky volume that we get from that. Okay, next is cheeks. And I find cheeks are hard. What can you tell us about what to do about our cheeks?
I agree completely, because with color options, they're all over the place. And then placement options, they can be all over the place as well. But if you are looking for something in the cheek realm, consider color as well as maybe bronzer and highlighter. You don't have to do both at the same time. You could do one or the other. The idea of this product, or something placed on the cheek area, is about bringing dimension back into your face. So I have a really good option from Quo Beauty. It's new. It's their cheek and lip multi-stick. And I love me a multi-purpose product. If you're not that much of a color person, like I'm actually not that nuts about cheek color unless I'm going on air, let's say, because the lights are a little bit more harsh. So you know me, I love myself highlighters and bronzers. I like dimension without intense color. So they also have their strobe sticks, perfect for that instant glow up, and mix and match the colors. Don't be so hard on sticking to, if you have lighter skin, use the lighter tone. Have some fun with building dimension in your face and keeping it looking like a natural glow up.
Oh, I love that. And I've learned from you pros like you and Tracy that you can get that dimension without ever having huge color on your cheeks. So that's a beautiful tip to know and share. Okay, next it's all about what is all over your shirt right now. It's about the lips, right? Let's talk about them.
Absolutely. If you're going to pop that pop of color, I wanted to give you that option, because it's not my world, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to help you out if that's your world out there, right? So as opposed to dealing with palettes, primers, brushes, getting the technique down, all of the insanity, well, just stick to lip color. It is an easy pop of color. You can do so much with lip color. I would also suggest maybe stick to a matte formula if you're a little bit new to this game, just because they last longer. It's going to stay in place that much longer. So great option that I have here. These are almost like 8 shades, even though there's 4 colors available. From NYX, it's their Shape Loud Matte Lip Duo. So there is actually a pencil liner on one end and then a crayon at the end, and they're this really cool creamy matte finish. If you wanted to get multiple colors, I'd also say go for it, because the price point on this is $12, so they're so affordable.
Oh yeah, I love that. Be such great tips. I love them all, and it's such sort of an easy way for us to just get a little bit of a glow on every day. So thank you for that. If you need to revisit, yeah, always good to see you, hon.